I don't know if you got a chance to watch that video that I sent you just a little while ago about United Airlines.
I
This,
ain't watch it. I didn't know it was video to watch. Let's see what we got. All right, so United Airlines. Tell me the story. Give me the break.
yes. So this happened, I think, within this past week, if not the weekend. Um, the title is probably something a couple gets banned off of United Airlines due to the fact that their 2-year-old daughter does not wear a mask. So seems pretty cut and dry. But in the video, if you don't have time to watch it, basically you have two parents in the video. You have a young daughter who is not wearing her mask,
Okay.
and for
Kids don't
some
have to wear a mask, but okay.
for some reason the mom is already recording. I'm not sure. I think she might be like an Instagram blogger or just like just somebody who records all the time, because the
Okay.
video already starts with her showing the daughter not putting her mask on.
Okay.
And the daughter is simply just like, being a little brat and kind of just like, no, 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 I don't want to put it on. And the dad is like, here, put it on. And that's as far as they go with the discipline.
Okay.
Um, and
I see her
then,
right now. I don't want to put it on. You
yeah,
know.
just squirming around, and they kind of just give up within all of 30 seconds. And the flight attendant walks by and he tells the dad, you're going to have to come, get off the plane.
Okay.
And the father of the child's like, what do you mean you do this? Are you really doing this to us? And he's like, yeah, you have to get off the plane. It's not up to compliance. Everybody has to wear a mask. He's like, are you serious? I,
Oh,
and
it's a
so,
black guy too. Bald black guy. Look like Rashawn's brother or
yeah,
something.
yeah. So, very handsome black man. So they
I
get
can't
off
tell.
the
His half
plane.
his face is covered.
So they get off the plane, and the mom is still recording, and the dad says, I'm not upset with you. It's just I think it's ridiculous. My daughter's 2 years old. What's gonna happen to our stuff? Our stuff is on that plane. And the flight attendant's like, well, your stuff is going to New York, but you can't fly with us. And the mom is like, our car seat's in there. Like we can't go home. And he's like, I'm sorry, you can't fly anymore. And so the father of the kid says, well, I guess you're going to fly us first class to New York. And the flight attendant's like, nope, you just can't fly. This is our rules. Everyone has to wear a mask. It is what it is. And the mom breaks down and she's crying. And that's pretty much the end of the video. So United Airlines then releases a statement saying that these are their rules. It's the rules are to anybody 2 or older has to wear a mask. So the daughter is exactly 2. So I
Oh
guess that's
please.
kind of like, well, I guess she technically does have to wear a mask or doesn't. It's that like fine line. Um, and they ended up getting their money back. They ended up getting their bags off the plane. So, and they didn't end up getting banned from United Airlines. So, everything seemed kind of good in their neck of the woods. I mean, yes, that sucked, but I think because Marla is actually the one who told me about this, and this is before I watched the actual video, and I was feeling bad for these people. I'm like, dang, they got banned from a whole like flight. Like that sucks. But then when I watched the video, I was like, there's no way in hell that I would let my daughter just simply not put on a mask. And so I was just like, I don't even think as a 2-year-old that would have ever happened to me. Like my mom or my dad would have been like, put that mask on. And like that would have been it. Mask would have been up over my nose with a little side of Benadryl. Like that
At
would have been
at
it.
at 2.
At 2.
Too.
And I think if you watch the video, you might change your mind because the way that
I just watched it. I just watched it, and they got captions on it, just in case I was deaf.
yeah. So it's just like I don't know the before. We only know what's happening in that video. But in once they get off the plane, the mom tells us the flight attendant, what are we supposed to do? Force her? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's your daughter. She kind of has no choice. It's not like she's gonna be like, no, mommy, I don't want to wear this mask. It doesn't matter. Like, she needs to wear the mask for all of 2 to 4 hours, and that's it. In my opinion.
Rashawn, let me hear you.
Yeah, put the mask on, little girl, and sit here. Put this mask on, and when we get off the flight, you can take it off. I don't want to get into the reason that they're flying. Why are they flying? I mean, they're on the plane, so whatever. But I feel like if you've gotten that far, put in that much work, spent that much money,
We're wearing that mask.
We're wearing the mask.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. To me, it's the same. It's a regulation. It's a requirement. The same way that a car seat is a requirement. Just in the situation that we're in.
All right.
So, I mean, does a child want to sit in a car seat? More often than not, no. But because they throw a tantrum and don't want to do it, you don't let them sit in the car by themselves. They get in the car seat. So, let's put the mask on.
All right. I think everybody here is at fault, okay? The parents are at fault for not giving their kids a couple of pills to get the kid down, put it on, whatever. Now, United Airlines is also at fault here because they understand that the child putting a mask on is only to make other people feel better. But everybody understands that why there's that whole argument of schools being able to be reopened, because kids and children of that age, especially at 2 years old, everybody's wrong. Now, I can understand white parents who like give their kids liberty and like, you know, like I am not gonna tell you what you have to do. And that's understandable. I get it. That's your parent style. I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to make fun of you, but I'm not going to judge you. Okay? If it were me, I would have. Or you put the mask on. And she eventually gets lightheaded and said, okay, I'll put the mask on. Okay? And then, slide him a little something. Knock him out.
For 4 hours.
Knock him out. And it's annoying. I will say that. I got on a plane. I flew to Florida a few months ago to keep that mask on for like 5 hours, 6 hours. It's horrifying. It's horrible. It's not fun. I get having to wear it for like 8 hours straight when you're at work. But when you're sitting on the plane and you're just thinking about your own, like, your own existence in coronavirus, and you don't have anywhere to walk to or anything to see, it's not pleasurable. It's not a lot of fun. And so if it's not a lot of fun for an adult, it's not a lot of fun for a child. So I get it. A 2-year-old, they're probably going to rip the thing up and get all upset and frustrated and whatnot. I get it. I can't tell you what I was like as a 2-year-old, but I can imagine it wasn't all that great. Okay? Maybe I might still be the same way today. I don't know. I can't tell you. But would I have kicked these people off of the plane to make a pointless story? No. I would just be like, man, just dig your kid's head in the jacket or something until we get off the ground. Okay?
Right.
And here's the reason why they didn't really need to kick him off the plane. Did you guys see trending on Twitter earlier this week? There was a lady who said, there's a guy behind me and he died of COVID. Y'all saw that?
Is this the one we were just talking about it where he had COVID and he died of COVID in the plane, or was
he died? He died of COVID in the plane. That's what she claims. I can't dispute it, but I can question it. How do you know he died of COVID? Whatever. Fine. The guy dies of COVID on the plane. And that same lady is going on a trip to Baltimore tomorrow for a vacation, for a holiday vacation. So, girl, which one is it? You scared of COVID, or you more excited to travel and show off your bikini pictures? So, I think United Air is. Then they might be, I mean, overshooting it just a little tiny bit. Okay. Eh, eh,
I mean, I don't think we should say that children are not getting and or spreading COVID, because I don't think that's entirely true. No, let's fact check it. Because I think it's
because
a
like
lot
even in
less. They have much stronger immune systems than adults,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they make up like 12 or 13% of the actual cases of COVID.
I
I
mean,
also think too, because in the video the mom is like, we've been flying all summer and this has never, happened to us. And I'm like, okay, so you've known that this has been an issue. You know what I mean? It's not like this is our first time flying during COVID. We're so sorry. We're just trying the best. It was none of that. It was just like, well, we've done this all the time. And this is the first time we're getting caught. And why? Why us? And it's like, girl, you just said you've been flying all summer. COVID's been here since March. So it's like, you're kind of retracting your own statement here. Just put the damn mask on, and at least till we take off, because then what can they do? You know what I mean?
a kid is eventually going to take the mask off on the plane anyway. And people are going to take the mask off to eat. They're going to, it's like, I don't know. I was walking in the store earlier today, and they said, children don't, please wear your mask to, save grandma this Christmas or whatever. And they were like, children don't have to wear the mask. So here's what I say on a more responsible level. Children take in COVID and they spread COVID very differently than how adults do. Are there kids that have gotten COVID? Sure. Sure. However, it is much less irresponsible generation is doing. Now, with that being said, if I can walk through the store today and they say kids don't have to wear a mask, and there was plenty of children around me that didn't have a mask on, and I didn't freak out about my apples. Let's not lie, I didn't buy apples. I didn't freak out about my chips. But I don't know if United should have freaked out about that. If it was a older guy, maybe like a 16-year-old, I'd be like, yo, But it's a kid. The kid is eventually gonna fumble with the take it off, start yawning all over the place, peeing and whatnot. It's a kid.
Yeah,
I think everybody overreacted. I
think that United did a little too much with the banning. Like, you don't need to ban them, and they turned out saying that they didn't ban them after all. But yeah, I think that's a little far fetched. I think it just should be like, you need to put on the mask.
I guess I'm like, what overreaction? There were rules to get on the plane and make the flight. The rules were not followed, so they were asked to leave the plane. I get it. It seems extreme because it was recorded and she was in tears, but it's a simple ABC solution. Like, you didn't do what the rules said you needed to do, and actions have consequences. You know what I mean? So,
I actually agree with you. That's what I'm saying. I feel like everybody handled it incorrectly. Like, this should not be news, but because it is, and we're on a podcast, and I'm so happy that you guys are disagreeing with me, because somebody's gonna pick a side now. Yay! So, I feel like you're right. There are rules, but it's hard to place rules on a 2-year-old. I work with 2-year-olds all the time, shooting pictures with them. They can't even stand up straight. It's like,
but that's not a rule.
Yes, it is. When I'm telling you, stand up straight, smile. They can't do it. They be like, come on. It's a 2-year-old. You're putting on rules on a 2-year-old. They can't even go to school yet. Like, they don't put on the mask. The dad tried to put his arm or something around him, put a scarf on him. Like, I'm not gonna freak out about a 2-year-old. A 10-year-old, yeah, I smack him up a little bit, but 2-year-old, toe.
All I'm saying is, I just think I would have got my ass beat. 2, 10, 5.
I would have fought my mom to not put the mask on me, and I would have woke up in New York City.
That works. That works fine as well.
That would have been.
That works fine as well. Yeah, but listen, guys. When are we gonna really talk about the fact that beating our kids links us back to slavery?
Next subject.
Where do you get this shit? Where do you get this shit?
You guys never heard that before?
I've heard it, but
Yeah, I just always thought it was like who, like, did a white person say that? I don't know. Like, who said that?
All right, so let's have this conversation here. Yeah, y'all gonna beat your kids?
If I were to have kids, yes, I would be my kid because I got beat and I feel like I have.
See, look at that
pent
generational
up.
curses. Goodness gracious, all the way back from slavery, half of slaves. Rashawn,
It's a tradition at this point.
mm-hmm.
Are you gonna smack them a little bit?
They'll get a little yoked up. Mm-hmm.
Little yoked up.
They'll get the look first,
Oh.
and then when that doesn't work,
You smack them up, I mean, huh? Let them know what the backhand is.
spare the rod.
I do the same. All right, moving on.